my channel, Dynasty here, and I wanted to come on here and talk about just something I've seen more interest in and more people wanting to do. So I thought it would be great to give some people some tips, just some tips, some tricks to kind of walk you through the process. So if you can tell by the by the title, I will be talking about traveling to China. And just kind of some tips, what you need to do, and again, walking you through the process of going over there. First thing first is don't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. When we went, it was really safe. I felt like none of my clients or people I took with me ever felt threatened or felt unsafe or felt like they wanted to go home or anything like that. So that's the first thing, is don't be afraid. A lot of people that come to book with me, I can tell they're a little bit scared at first. So I want to tell you, do not be afraid. Never had any troubles going through immigration, no troubles there. No one messed with us, bothered us, anything. Actually, only time I have issues is when I come back from China in the US. Like, US customs and officers, they suck, but that's a different story for another time. I always get stopped and like searched, and last time it was really bad. It's like she just couldn't believe a group of young black women traveled all the way to China out the country and was coming back with as much stuff we were coming back with, like asking me how much I make, who do I date, do they pay for things, do they pay my bills. It was crazy. It was like this Latino woman in New York, and then in Detroit the same thing happened. So my point is, in China you don't have any worries. Immigration officers, everybody is really nice, really friendly, so you have nothing to be afraid of. So let me just kind of walk you through the process before I keep rambling. Walk you through the process. So first thing you want to do is make sure you have your passport. That's first things first. If you don't have a passport, go ahead and get one. They will take between 4 to 6 weeks because you can expedite it. So 4 to 6 weeks to get your passport. You should be planning out your China trip 3 to 4 months in advance. If you're an early planner, you may even want to do 6 months to a year. I'm kind of a last minute type of girl, so 3 to 4 months is enough for me to plan it out. And if I was going by myself, it would like be 1 month in advance. But because I do take groups and other people, I give 3 to 4 months. So yeah, get your passport. After you get your passport, you want to book your flight and hotel. Then after you book your flight and hotel, you want to get your visa. So you don't want to do your visa and passport together. So you don't need an official invitation if you do your visa application with your flight and hotel booking information. So you want to get your flight and your hotel. Most people, if you are in the beauty industry, and that's most of my clients are, we travel to Guangzhou. That's the city we travel to. They have a direct airport. Their airport abbreviation is CAN, C-A-N. I like the direct flights from New York. A lot of people fly from Atlanta as well. The flights usually typically around the time I go, I can only speak for myself, they have too many stops, and I don't like stopping a lot. So I like flying from like New York. I found a direct flight one time from Baltimore, and I'm speaking to people on the East Coast. If you're more down south, I mean, you can leave from Miami, you'll probably stop in New York and then go over. But usually wherever I'm at, I'll fly to New York either the night before or early morning, and then take a direct flight to Guangzhou. It's about 16 hours, I think 15 to 16 hours straight through. Now, if you're on the, I said West Coast there now, that was East. If you're on the West Coast, leave from any big city like LA, San Fran, and the flights are typically shorter, like 11 to 12 hours and straight through. So the airport you will be looking for is Guangzhou, and it's C-A-N if you use airport abbreviations, okay? Getting your hotels. They have really nice hotels, guys, and very, very affordable. Like, their hotels be cheap. I feel like they're really cheap, and they are nice. You feel like, I mean, hotels, the hotels there, if they were here, they would be like $300, $500 a night. But they are luxury, they are nice, they are clean, they're just beautiful, and they're not expensive. Well, depending on the time of year you go, like if you go doing a trade show or fair like Canton Fair, which I recommend going, I say everybody go for the experience, and you just get a burst of way more vendors and wholesalers to shop with. But I say go during like a big fair or exhibit. But yeah, the prices may go up a little bit, but still not too much. Like you could get a really nice hotel for less than $100 a night, or around $100 a night. Honestly, your flight is where the money is gonna come from, and then the other things I'll talk about. Flights though is typically between, if you get it early, like I said, if you're an early bird, you could probably get a flight for $700-800. If you're late last minute like me, you're looking at $900-1200. So that'll kind of get your budget going. Now you have your passport, you have your flight, and you have your hotel. Now it's time to apply for your visa. Depending on where you live at, you can apply at home, or you may have to ship off your passport. This is another reason not to apply for passport and visa at the same time, because if you don't have a China consul or consult, you guys probably will correct me in the comments either way. A China consult, I can't really think of the name right now. I think it's consult or it's console. Basically, it's the office that you go to apply for your Chinese visa, okay? Kind of like how we have our social security office where you can do like your social security card or passport or something. They have a China consult. Now in all major cities, they should have it. When I went to China, I lived in Tampa at the time, and there was an office on West Shore that had it, and somebody told me you could go to the airport, but I don't know about that. I cannot verify, but I know that there was an office on West Shore in Tampa where I went. But wherever you are, Google is your best friend. I literally Googled Tampa China Consul or Tampa apply for China visa, and the office came up. I called them to verify. They said yes, bring in your passport, your hotel, and flight information, and we'll do it for you. It's great to go in the office and have somebody do it for you so that you know it's correct the right time and you don't get any hiccups. The worst thing is if you already paid for a trip, flight, or whatever, and you're not able to go because your visa got declined or it's not back in time. So it's better to go to an office. So Google an office near you, have your passport, flight information, and passport, flights, and hotel. If you go to like the Canton Fair, they will give you an invitation to come, so you can use that. But it's just good to already have all your accommodations already verified. Now, that's everything to get over there. Once you get there, I highly recommend, everybody does not do this, but I know it makes my trips way more easier. I've been 3 to 4 times. The first time I went, we did not have a translator, and it was frustrating. So I knew when I went back, I wanted a translator. So I highly recommend having a translator. Like, I really do. I found my translator, oh my gosh, y'all, I do not know the exact website, but if I find it again, I will put it down below. I know for all the ladies who have my China guide, I know the website is there, so I'll look at my China guide. And my China guide can be found in my mentorship group. But there's a website, and again, I be on Google, I find stuff, I take my time and research. But I found a translator and driver that was in Guangzhou. I think I looked up like professional drivers in Guangzhou, and maybe like TripAdvisor took me to the site. I forgot the name, but I will put it down below. But I love her. She's been our translator every time. Her name is Cherry. I'm so happy I found her. She's so sweet. She's so fun. You guys can look at my China blogs to see her. I mean, I don't blog her much, you know, her privacy and everything, but she's amazing, and it really helps because a lot of the vendors don't speak English, and you're trying to negotiate pricing, you're trying to handle business. You kind of need a translator. So get a translator before you go. At least 30 to 60 days out, you want to lock that in. My translator was about $80 to $90 a day, but she's definitely worth it. I mean, for negotiation, helping us with pricing, letting us know what's too much, what's not too much, and just being that language barrier for us. Well, breaking that language barrier for us. And then as well, she had connections and just went ahead and ordered our driver. So having a driver as well. Guangzhou is a lot of traffic. I do not recommend driving there. They drive crazy. It's a lot of people in China. It's a lot of traffic depending on how far you stay out, because I feel like the hotels aren't that nice around the wholesale district. So I stay a little further out because I like nice hotels. And I always stay at big chains in American hotels. So Aloft, Sheraton, Hilton, whatever, Marriott. So it can be a little further out and they have a lot of traffic. So I recommend getting a driver. Don't try to drive yourself. Get a driver, get a translator, and you're good from there. Connect with your vendors, set up your meetings, set up private meetings. It's great if you order your samples before you even go there, so your samples can be ready and you see them in person, so you know if you want to move forward.
Be used for control, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Actually, this is that one. That might be a little light.
Forward. Also, quick tip. They have showrooms and then they kind of have warehouses and then they have their factories. Know where you want to go and what you want to see. If you just want to go to the showroom, fine. But if you want to see the factory and behind the scenes, you need to communicate that with your vendor and make sure that you plan those appointments, because usually factories are a little further out. So understand where you are, where you're going. This is also great with the translator because they live there, so they can let you know, kind of helping you plan your schedule, your itinerary.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Video for promotion.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm sure I would sit on that.
Yeah, I will too.
Oh, oh, oh.
My translator, she knows all the markets and everything, but do your research. I don't know what all products you guys are looking for, but beauty, hair, clothing, cosmetics, packaging, they have it all, okay? And if you go during a fair, of course, you have a whole convention of vendors. But yeah, that's kind of it. It's really not that hard, guys. Enjoy, have fun, drink a lot of water, bottled water. Do not drink their water out the faucet. You don't want to get sick. Bring your medications, because they don't have like American medications there. So bring your medications from home. I always bring food as well. Now, my last trip, I'm not gonna lie, my last trip I ate in China and nobody got sick on our trip, nobody. But before then, I was very hesitant because I travel a lot, and sometimes if you travel a lot, you know when you go out the country, you can get sick. So I say just bring little snacks like cup noodles, little microwave soups or like raviolis, chips, oatmeal, little cereal bars, fruit cups. I got almond milk that was like in a box, and like the little to-go cereals for in the morning, because honestly I don't like the food at the hotels, but we did find some good restaurants out and about. And y'all, the McDonald's was good. Now I didn't eat no burgers or nothing, but I don't eat that here in the US, but their McDonald's had chicken wings. Like 3 days in a row I kept getting chicken wings and fries, and it was good. Guilty pleasure. And their KFC was really good too. It tasted better here than in the States. So my last trip I did eat, and I love China because they have this custom of when you do business. So let me tell you that now. If you have your own personalized vendors and you set up private meetings, they're gonna invite you to lunch, dinner, or whatever the case. They like to sit down, they like to fellowship. I love it. I think it's great, and we need to do that more here in the States. They build relationships with who they do business with. Okay, so rule of thumb, only order rice, fried rice. That doesn't help. I mean, that doesn't hurt anybody. And like I would eat like shrimp because I can see that. I know what that is. So like shrimp fried rice, you can order things like that. Now, we did get a little adventurous and we tried duck. You're gonna see a lot of ducks, and it was good. I got a little too adventurous the last trip. Like I ate a little bit and nothing happened. I ate a little bit more and nothing happened, and then I just kind of went out of control. But I just stick to veggies, rice, and a meat that I can see and recognize. Like the duck, it's the whole duck, and they chop it up in front of you. If you're queasy, maybe you don't like that. But it was really good, like way more juicier than chicken.
What?
Oh.
And then like seafood, because I can tell a fish and I know what shrimp is. And then I stick to rice and veggies and fried. So that's my little tips. If you are planning a trip to China, if you are gearing up to go on somebody else's trip, that's my tips to help you be comfortable. It's hot. If you've ever been to Florida, it feels like Florida. It's hot there. So be comfortable, keep water bottles, and keep you some snacks because it is work. This is not a tourist trip. You are not there to have fun. You are there to handle business. Oh, and another tip, if you're looking for American restaurants, type in Western food. Like if you go to your maps or you go to Google, type in Guangzhou Western food. That's what they call it, like Western food. But their food is pretty good. The restaurant we went to. Yeah, and I think that is it. I wish you all the best. I will not be doing the spring China trip. I did say I would go in April or May, but I won't just because it's a lot going on right now. And I just won't be going. So I may go in October, if anything, and it will be a trip for my clients. I just find that vendor trips go better with people that's already in my program and they're already have been my clients before in the past. Like they know me, they're used to me, they're comfortable. It just is funner and it goes way better. Like we have a lot of fun. So probably in October. So I just wanted to give these tips because I won't be doing a China trip anytime soon. But if you want to do one on your own, hopefully this helps. Or like I said, if you're gearing up to go with somebody else, hopefully this helps and you're a little bit more prepared. Wait. One last tip, most important, money. How much money to spend, Dynasty? So I get this question all the time. My first China trip, I budgeted $5,000 to go over total, including my flight, everything. I would say you at minimum, depending on what your business is, but still take $2,000, have you a cushion. And you need to exchange your money before you go. So either put in a request with your bank. If you go to the concierge at your mall or airport, they can exchange it for you. I always go to the mall. So exchange your money before, do that like a week or two before. I'll call your bank to do a foreign exchange. But yeah, $2,000 at minimum, and if you can do more, do more. But you know your industry and you know how much stuff is. You already been shopping with your vendors, so times that by 10 because you're probably gonna want to bring back a lot of stuff. Pack an extra suitcase. So international flights, you get 2 free checked bags. One bag with your stuff, like clothes and stuff, and then an empty suitcase. This empty suitcase is what everything you bought from China you can put in and bring back with you so you don't have to wait for shipping. Another good tip. I think that's everything, y'all. I hope that's everything. If you have any more questions, ask me down below. And I hope this video was helpful. I'll see you guys next time. And wait, one more, I forgot. Make sure to subscribe. As you guys can see, I'm pumping out the videos this year, 2020. I have made a commitment to be consistent on YouTube. So just let me know what you guys want me to do. Business videos, more vlogs, Q&As, whatever the case may be. More mindset videos, money videos, whatever the case. Subscribe, please. Subscribe and comment below what other videos you guys want to see from me because I am trying to stay consistent and keep them coming out for you guys. So I will talk to you guys later and thank you so much for watching this video.